Welcome to Cuppa with the Queen, hosted by Jeri Taylor-Swade, first Queen of SeneGence International and founding pioneer distributor. Listen in as Jeri shares proven steps to SeneGence success. Hear how Jeri, as an international trainer with 18 years in direct sales, shares everything you need to know to have a thriving, stable business. Be influenced and empowered by knowledge and encouragement that Jeri imparts so that you will experience life-changing dreams come true in your home-based business.
Welcome to another Cuppa with the Queen podcast. My name is Jeri Taylor-Swade, and I am going to be talking about becoming the leader that you would follow. Grab a cuppa and let's begin. Well, simply put, a leader is someone that has followers. So you can have the title of leader, but if you have no one that's following you, then you're really not a leader. Anthony Robbins says that leadership is the ability to influence the thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and actions of those that you lead. So as a SeneGence distributor who has a team or a downline, you want to make sure that you are doing those things that people want to follow and emanate. In an MLM company, there are leaders that are positioned because of their title and the position in the structure of the company. And there's also leaders that are there because they have the ability to lead and influence. It's really important that you are the latter. You need to set the example of what you want your team to look like, because the speed of the leader is the speed of the gang. So you need to be a product of the products, first of all, because if you're not a product of the product, and if your team knows that you're not using all the products in the company, then they will not either. They will think it's okay to just pick and choose. It's not. Because if you want to be a well-rounded distributor, whether you're in SeneGence or any other direct sales company, you want to make sure that you know about and use all the products so that you know how to encourage others to do the same. You want to constantly review your actions and your results, and you need to educate yourself continuously and then pass that knowledge on. I really think that engaging in self-improvement on a daily or weekly basis is super important, because no one has ever arrived. Everyone always has things that they can learn. And even me, who's been in direct sales for almost 19 years now, I'm actually going through a new course right now, and it's called a branding course, because I'm trying to be better at my business, and I'm trying to be better so that I can teach my distributors and others what I'm learning right now. I think it's really important that we all continue to learn. Leadership takes time, it takes energy, and it takes an investment of yourself. It takes willingness to do the work, because if you're not willing to do the work, then those that you think you're leading will not be willing to do the work either. You also need to be teachable. You have to have a teachability index, we call it, because there's no one that knows everything. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing something, you're always able to learn something and grow personally. And you've got to be willing to do that, especially as a leader, so that the people on your team and the people that are following you see that you are willing to learn something new, and you're willing to be the old dog that can be taught new tricks, so to speak. And you need to be persistent in what you do. There's a point where you get it, like you buy into the fact that you're a leader. And when you do that, it's usually when you know that you've got a team and you see that they're starting to follow you. You see that you're starting to make money because in this multi-level marketing, network marketing compensation plan, of course, as you grow a team, so does your compensation bonuses grow. And because of that, and because you see that there's responsibility involved, you're realizing your desires and goals, and you are building and achieving what you want. So you want to help others do the same. Sometimes when you're in network marketing or multi-level marketing for the first time, you don't really get it. You don't really understand the power of this business model. And then when you start understanding the power of the business model, and you start understanding that you need to be a leader so that your team will do what you say and do what you do, more importantly, do what you do than not what you say, because you've got to be the example. You've got to set the example. It's kind of like a marriage, sort of, between you and your company, but also you and your distributors. And you have common goals. You want to build together. You want to sustain your businesses together. You want to maintain and grow. And you want to nurture those that are on your team and those that are going to be coming on your team, because you have the systems in place to do so. A leader knows that it's all about people. It's all about being focused on those that you serve. And there's a term called servant leadership, and I think that that's super important. That's how I look at my leadership role, is I'm here to serve. I'm here to do whatever I can to help people become and be the best that they can be in their business and even personally, because we're all in a growth model as far as personal growth. We all grow personally as we do this business model, because it's sort of we're forced to, because we need to learn what our strengths and our weaknesses are. And if we can focus on the strengths but learn how to deal with and become better at our weaknesses, oh my gosh, that's like the best thing ever that can happen. And that's what happens in this business. Simply put, though, leadership is about relationships. And as a leader, it's a people business. You are in the people business if you're a leader. People are helping people. That's what leadership is. Relationships are established in different ways, because you have relationships with the executives of the companies, so for instance. Then you have relationships with other leaders in the company. Then you have relationships with, you are a leader and you have relationships with people in the field, so to speak, or other distributors. And you are a leader to your team. And you're also, if you look at it that way, you're kind of a leader to your customer base as well. Because once you have relationship with them, and once they trust you, trust is a big part of leadership. And customers, once they trust you, they want to give you the business, and you can lead them into showing them how to, use different products that maybe they never thought about, and or lead them to choose to become a distributor for the company that you're with, especially SeneGence we're talking about, so that they can get the best discount and make the money and use the products like you've taught them to do. The key is to listening to what people want. Whether we're talking about customers, whether we're talking about your downline, whether we're talking about your upline, whether we're talking about the company in general, we have to listen to each other and support each other. We need to acknowledge, and that's part of listening. A big part of listening is acknowledging. Take into consideration what other people say, and then implement the decisions that you have made. That's what a leader does. Communication is a big part of leadership. It's paramount, really. You must have systems in place to listen, and you need to get the heartbeat of your team. How do you do that? You listen, you put something in place to where you can do that, whether it's a team page, whether it's webinars, whether it's conference calls, whether it's a Zoom call or a Skype call or something like that with your team. You need to hear the heartbeat of your team. You need to listen, and you need to pass on information. That's part of communication with your team. Giving heads up to different things that might be happening in the company. Doing phone calls, doing emails, doing video conferencing, using social networking, texting, team events, team trainings. All those kind of things are a way for you as a leader to pass on communication to your team and to others that are in the company. Customer service is imperative because if you think of yourself, you're a leader. Let's say you're talking about your team. You are giving service to them. So basically, you're giving customer service to your team. Whereas if you're giving customer service to your customers, you need to think about that too. So as a leader, you give service. As a person that has customer base, you give service. You keep in mind that your downline are your kind of like customers. You want to make sure that you treat them the way that you would treat your customers and give them the best service possible. And that's why we talk about service or servant leadership. You cannot be a leader unless people trust you and trust what you say. You need to instill that in everything you do. In other words, you have to have integrity in everything you do so that your people on your team, your downline, or other leaders in the company, or even your customers, trust. They have confidence and they believe what you say because they know that you're not going to steer them wrong. A leader inspires. That's what a leader does. It inspires others to be the best that they can be. It inspires others to maybe step out of their comfort zone and maybe do something or try something they've never tried before, because you know as the leader that it's going to help them grow and be better at their business. You want to have your team have an unshakable belief and trust in you. And if you present a vision to them, they buy into it because they trust you. If the belief isn't strong enough, your future leaders will be gone. They need to know that they can trust you. They need to know that your vision is solid. They need to know that you have integrity and that you're not going to steer them wrong. They need to know that you as a leader are going to always give uplifting and encouraging and empowering information and not tear someone down or gossip or go behind somebody's back, because if you do that, then people will find out and they will not trust you. So you've got to be trusted in order to be a good leader. And like I said, the speed of the leader is the speed of the gang. So however you want your team to look like, it's up to you. You are the one that sets the culture for your team. You are the one that sets the boundaries for your team and sets everything in motion for your team. Leaders have to devise a plan. Leaders need to teach and show people how to set goals and make them and get those goals. Start out small. Little things matter. Leaders monitor their team and what's happening with their team. Leaders know when to encourage, and sometimes leaders know when they have to revise what they're doing. They might be going in the wrong way. They might be not doing enough. They might be doing too much. You know, you don't want to create leaners. You want to create leaders underneath you. You don't want people to lean on you. You want them to learn and grow and be sustainable in their own business, but just know that they can always have you to help them and back them up. And you encourage action and you encourage others to achieve and grow. J. Paul Getty says it really well. This is so great. I love this saying that he says, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own, because you can't do everything. So if you have a team and you've got other up-and-coming leaders, it's a team effort. Everybody can help each other grow, and everybody can help each other be the best that they can be. Recognition is huge, and if you are a leader, you always want to give recognition to those that are achieving and growing, because people need it. They want it. Sometimes they act like they don't want it, but really people want recognition. You want to run like attainable contests for your team. Don't make anything too hard. Make it more easy where more people can do it. Right now I'm doing a contest where we are taking pictures of new customers with lip sense trying it on. It's called the Get It On contest, and it's really been successful, and people are having a lot of fun with it. Even the UK is doing it, and it was actually Ian Tate from the UK SeneGence who thought of that contest, so I'm doing it for my team as well. You want to host events that are full of acknowledgement. You want to give everybody little gifts, not expensive things, just little things. Be creative in your recognition and show respect. Respect for your team is huge. You want respect, but you're not going to get respect unless you show respect. So you want to respect those that are on your team. You want to leave a legacy. Leadership is an act of conducting others along a proven course of success. You want to create a team culture within the company culture. So you want to have your own culture within the company's culture. You want to promote independence rather than dependence. You want to infuse your team with a unique identity. You want to sustain and encourage growth within the team. You want to create roots and wings so they can fly. And create a self-perpetuating team that doesn't need you, but they want you. Responsibilities of a leader are a lot, but it's not hard work. It's just something that once you step into it, you realize how important it is. You want to maintain a positive attitude at all costs. You want to demonstrate always a good work ethic, because once you do that, then people will follow that. You want to train your team up for success. You want to support your team, and you can do that through coaching. You can do that through all kinds of ways, Facebook pages, all kinds of things like that. You want to attend all company events and trainings, because if you don't, they won't. You want to maintain balance in your life so that you can be an example to others of what balance looks like. You want to create a team culture, which we talked about. You want to create pride within your team. It's so important for your team to have pride, because they want to brag about the fact that they belong to a great team. You want to develop strong, successful individuals within the team, because the more individuals that are successful in the team, the more the whole team is successful. And that way you will leave a legacy. And that's, leaving a legacy for me, especially, that's what it's important, because I want my team culture to go past me. I want it, like if I die or if I retire or whatever, I want my team to know the legacy that I've left. What do I leave for my team specifically? Do they know what my motto is? Absolutely. My team knows my motto is keep on keeping on. And if it's going to be, it's up to me. They know that. And I hear people on my team repeat it, which I love, because once your team starts repeating what you say and what you do, then you know that you have become a good leader. So I hope this helps. God bless you all in your leadership skills. Let them grow. Let you become the best leader that you can be, and never think you've arrived, because there's always something that you can learn. Bye for now.
Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to hear more from Jeri, subscribe to the Cuppa with the Queen podcast, where you will learn more about how you can grow your own home-based business. Find Jeri at jerrytaylor-swade.com and on Facebook at Cuppa with the Queen.